Today, we honor the curious minds that challenge the status quo, break barriers, and explore the unknown to unlock new opportunities. To ignite real change, let's embrace the spark of this moment. Hello, everyone. I am Shashwati. I extend a warm welcome to all our incredible innovators to the elimination rounds of T.U.P Season X. Get ready to unleash your spark factor in this intense battle of brilliance because securing a win here is the ticket to semi-finals to one of the most prestigious B school competitions in the country, the Ultimate Pitch Season X. So let's get started. At Reliance, we thrive on fresh ideas and innovation. It's deeply embedded in our core, shaping every aspect of our business and social initiatives. The ultimate pitch was conceived with this spirit, serving as a platform for curious, pioneering minds eager to showcase their next big spark. Now, in our 10th season, T.U.P has evolved into an unparalleled journey. Continuing the decade long legacy, we flagged off the competition physically in the top 20 B schools across the country. At each of these institutes, we were met with enthralling audiences. The insightful sessions led by our visionary leaders truly sparked curiosity and creativity. But that was just the beginning. We have expanded our reach, connecting with thousands of students across digital platforms and virtual events, sparking this competition into a pan India celebration of bold ideas and innovation. Now, it's with great excitement that I invite you to experience the magic of our campus launches and the highlights of our pan India virtual launch with this video. What an incredible response TUP Season X has received this year. Over 22,800 registrations, more than 1,900 idea submissions, with 1 crore plus website impressions and 155K plus social media reach. The launch of TUP Season X was a huge success. And now we move on to the elimination rounds. A huge thank you to everyone for making this such a remarkable launch. TUP Season X kicked off with a bang. Innovators from across the country registered to showcase their spark factor and compete for the ultimate glory. Each idea was bold, visionary, and aimed at tackling real world challenges. Our evaluators have worked tirelessly to ensure no submission went unnoticed, carefully selecting those that had the X factor and the extra spark over the others. Those exceptional teams with remarkable ideas have qualified for the elimination round of this ultimate competition. A big congratulations to all the teams advancing to the elimination rounds of TUP Season X. Kudos to each one of you for bringing your spark factor in this competition. Let's now do a quick rundown of what's expected to happen. I shall be calling out the team names. We will play their 3-minute video on the screen. Then the teams will get 3 minutes to pitch their ideas to the jury. This will be followed by a quick 4-minute Q&A. We request the teams to keep an eye on the timer. Also, post each team's presentation, we will have the jury take a minute to score the teams individually before we move on to the next team. You will be judged on 5 parameters. Your idea should be futuristic, solve a real world problem, challenge the conventional wisdom, should be practical and scalable, and have a strong business case. For the ultimate champions of this season, the national winners will take home a grand cash prize. And that's not all. We are thrilled to announce more rewards. Elimination round winners and runners up will receive 50,000 and 25,000 respectively, along with exclusive T.U.P merchandise. National finalists will be mentored by CXOs of startups owned by Reliance, helping you to ignite your spark factor even further. Additionally, all the national finalists and selected semi finalists will stand a chance to win pre placement interview opportunities. National finalists and select semi finalists will have the ultimate opportunity to engage in self reflection and enhance their skills with Level Up. So get ready, bring your A game, and give it everything you got. But hold on, what's a competition without a stellar jury? We are thrilled to have some of the brightest minds from Reliance with us today. They will be closely assessing your presentations, evaluating your ideas, and will provide their inputs at the end of your presentation. I'm so thrilled to announce our esteemed jury for this elimination round. Today, we have with us Mr. Suresh Sadhwani, Business Head, Fashion Factory, Reliance Retail, and Mr. Vivek Mehta, CEO, Urban Ladder. And with that, let's get started. So I would like to call the very first team for the day, that is Health Eagles from Masters Union.
Hi, my name is Jas Desai and I'm an AI engineer by profession. Today, I'm going to talk about India's biggest problem, which is preventive healthcare. Our team is trying to build a solution which is AI based genetic testing, which essentially helps curb preventive healthcare. What I mean by that is, we talk about diseases like diabetes and cancer. Now, this is something that can be preventively cured using our platform. The current cost in industry is around 12,000 rupees. We plan to bring it down to 5,000 rupees. And here's how. With genetic pool testing, we plan to bring down the cost, which will essentially help cater to both the rich and the poor, the urban and the rural. One of the most important things, did you know 500 out of 1 lakh people are diagnosed with cancer every year in India, and 5,000 of 1 lakh people are diagnosed with diabetes every year. Now imagine this number drastically dropping down by a 50%. That is the kind of impact that we plan to create via this platform. An overall market is of around 50 billion INR rupees that we plan to tap into. So join us in this journey to make India more preventive in terms of healthcare.
Picture this. You are one of 77 million Indians at a risk for diabetes, worried about your future. But with our platform, the solution is simple and affordable. To bring this to life, here's a quick jingle that captures our entire customer journey. Woke up one day with worries on my mind. Healthcare costs so high, hardly any solutions to find. Our AI driven test in 48 hours or less, affordable, personalized, will ease your distress. Our core idea revolves around our solution, which is India's first AI driven preventive healthcare genetics platform. By leveraging economies of scale, we plan on reducing test costs. Also, with AI, we plan on reducing analysis time to 48 hours, drastically improving efficiency.
Now, let's talk about our revenue and GTM strategy. To make this sustainable, we are using a three-phase revenue approach. First, our cost optimization through AI and genetic pool testing allows us to price our test at INR 5,000 only, half the market rate. Second, we also offer subscription models based on your dietary plans and your genetic markers. We estimate 20,000 subscribers by first year, leading up to revenues of INR 120 million. Lastly, our go-to-market strategy plans on including partnerships with 200 diagnostic centers and reaching a user base of 10 million subscribers through our digital campaign. Now, let's deep dive into the growth opportunities. Our industry is expected to grow at INR 8.3 billion by 2027, and we plan to capture a market share of 15% in the next 5 years. Future expansion includes cardiovascular diseases and mental health problems, doubling our market share.
We invite you to join us in this journey
To make preventive healthcare accessible to all.
And provide doctor-aided customized solutions for everyone.
Thank you.
Good morning, esteemed panelists. This is what we plan to cover today. Our TAM is valued at $142 million and is projected to grow to $347 million by 2032. We aim to capture a 5% share of the SAM within 5 years with potential to scale up to 15% by 2032. This is how a customer journey works. The user orders a genetic test through our app, receives a swab kit at home, and have the sample collected. A detailed genetic report is generated and shared via the doctor through an EHR platform, and this is followed by personalized lifestyle recommendation.
Yeah. Yash,
Yash, mute. You're mute.
Let's look at the comparative landscape. The matrix maps the genetic testing landscape with a focus on range and application. Genome AI will lead in preventive care and AI powered personalized insights. The rest focus on clinical diagnostic, especially in oncology and rare diseases.
Let's now look at the drivers of industry profitability. Here, the threat of new entrants is high and threat of substitutes is low. Genome AI stands out by offering a point of parity in comprehensive genetic testing with a strong wellness focus. A point of difference lies in the AI driven personalized insights, delivering precision medicine solutions through a GAS platform for healthcare providers, creating a unique value proposition.
yeah, I hope I'm audible. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Uh, so GAS, which is genetics as a software, integrates with any EHR, delivering genetic insights like family history and drug interactions. It identifies safer treatments for cancer and heart disease patients. AI updates continuously improve accuracy for better care decisions. Our solution is essentially made in India for Indians. Despite India making up to 16% of global population, only 2% of clinical trials focus here. Genome AI's deep tech solution aims to change that, making genetic testing affordable for all, unlocking precision medicine to save lives. Our pricing is scalable, starting at 999 with up to only 50 units, and eventually, when we consider economies of scale, when greater than 1,000 units, we see that the overall margin becomes better. The pricing is based on few of the commitments from the vendors that we have received. The pricing plan that we plan to go ahead with is value-based pricing, wherein we'll be charging 40 to 50K per month to mid-sized clinics and 4 to 7 lakh per month to large hospitals based on the API call from our GAS platform. This is a sample report demonstrating how precision medicine platform works. On the left, we have cardiovascular diseases showing increased risk for conditions like atrial fibrillation, coronary heart disease, and stroke. On the right, the drug response data shows that a poor metabolic response for drugs like clopidogrel, a common medication used to prevent blood clots. The platform suggests an alternative therapy such as ticagrelor, improving patient safety and treatment effectiveness more towards precision medicine. And this kind of personalized medication is what, ladies and gentlemen, our platform plans to transform when it comes to healthcare. This is a prototype of the AIML model for cancer detection across lung cancer, brain tumor, prostate cancer, and we see that the accuracy is around 96 to 80%. Now, when we keep adding genomic variables to this is where we'll be seeing a game changer where predictive models will be able to recommend better solutions based on genetic markers. This is the overall workflow of our entire system and platform that we plan to implement. Now, let us hear some testimonial from Dr. Arjun, who talks about genetics.
With genetic testing, we can now ensure that the treatment that you receive is tailored to your needs and it is effective and it can help in reducing the side effects. This is known as precision medicine and it allows us to predict disease risk, customize prevention strategies, and give tailored solution for your disease. So genetic medicine is actually giving us a customized solution and not a one-size-fits-all approach in the healthcare system. With genetic testing, we can now ensure that the treatment that you receive is tailored to your needs and it is effective.
All right. Thank you.
Hi, so this is Suresh here. So I understand that a major differentiator that you're talking about is the cost through which you get the economy of scale.
Correct.
And again, to build on it, your platform, the GAS platform, AI-based platform, is one of the biggest differentiator which will do it, right?
That's right, sir.
So, a couple of questions. One, that this model, how much is it ready as of now, your platform? And the second, for it to predict well, you need to have a good database of people already tested through which it can do the predictive analysis.
Right. So
So, where are we on that, and how do you handle these two things?
correct, sir. So for the first question, sir, we have already started with the prototype in terms of the modeling piece. So we have tied up with some of the labs wherein we are strategic partners basically in Gurgaon. And in terms of the database, sir, there are existing data which is already available from international forums, and even ICMR produces some of the data when it comes to the overall cancer data. What we need to do now is add the genetic variables. So basically, if I have multiple variables when I'm putting into an AI model, the more variables that I keep adding, my model will keep increasing its accuracy, so and so, right? So once we start this testing, right? So let's say if we have normal cancer data set, now we add genetic variables, right? So now we add genetic markers to it. And now we add genetic markers to it.
I can't tell you. I don't know. It's my problem or your problem.
Yeah, I think we can't hear you. Your voice is breaking up. Can the other participants hear
I
what
think
just?
it's stuck. Just a second.
Right. I think it's stuck.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's having some network problems. Just a minute,
No
sir.
problem. I think we can move on to our next question, and then when he gets back, maybe he can continue. Suresh, anything else that you would
No,
like to
no,
add?
go ahead.
Yeah.
No, no, go ahead.
So, firstly, great presentation, guys. I think it was very well structured, and you picked up a problem which is very relevant. And as you guys mentioned, the target market is fairly significant. I personally have been kind of little close to what you guys mentioned, but there's a challenge, and I'll ask you like how you propose to solve this. Today we have quite a few people who have attempted this, and you guys mentioned that the cost is 10, 12,000 rupees, and you'll offer it at 5,000. But even at 10,000, the scale has been very, very limited. All the guys who are attempting to do these genetic screenings, the kind of scale they've been able to achieve is very limited. And for whatever reason, the consumer is not ready, to even spend that 5, 10,000 rupees to kind of do a screening for a disease that they're scared of, right? So there may be some kind of a consumer roadblock. You're solving this problem on the cost dimension that this will be more affordable. How can you be very sure that it is really the cost which is preventing people from coming in, and it's not the maturity of the thinking or the lifestyles which is really a blocker at this time?
Right, right. So I understand that your question deals with that, people are not ready to accept the test, right? What I see as a core issue, other than the cost, is the lack of awareness, sir. So essentially, we as a platform need to drive awareness as well, right? Because people are not even aware that that your genetics can improve your diagnostics. Let's take a use case, sir. In US, essentially what had happened that a pregnant mother was given was prescribed a painkiller, right, which is Tylenol, which is the usual painkiller. What happens is, because of her genetic markers, she wasn't accepting that medicine, and eventually what happened was that the child was poisoned and had heavy quantities of morphine in him, because of this painkiller and because of a genetics. So this is what is happening, right? We as a platform need to drive awareness as well, that this this is the problem, and this is how we can solve it. Uh, and how we can do that, sir? We essentially, that has to be internal. That is a push from our side, right? And external as well, in terms of partnerships with HCPs and doctors, right? I think I think the best way to drive awareness is to doctors coming to the platform and talking about this actively, and that's what we plan to do in our presentation. Also, we mentioned that we'll be driving partnerships with doctors. So essentially, internally, we need to push and market that, this is the problem, this is how you can solve it. In fact, what we did on our end is spoke to multiple people, and we came across a personal use case as well, right? Wherein a friend of mine was prescribed a wrong medication for PCOS because it was attributed to her lifestyle. What actually was the case when she took this genetic test is that there was a genetic marker which was causing her PCOS, and no lifestyle choice can solve for it. It can make it better. Ultimately, after going to like 5 to 7 doctors, she went to a specialist and realized that there is only one specific drug that can alleviate her symptoms after spending lakhs of rupees, right? So I think core issue is awareness, and that can be solved through internal push and external partnerships. Even the
Yeah, and
government has built a
yeah, and just
database.
to add to that, right? So it's also at the same time we've talked to a lot of doctors also, which believe that this is going to be transforming in terms of once we get all the data. So the gas platform that we plan to build aims to support that essentially. So a lot of times, the visualizations that we'll be providing via this platform will essentially help these doctors in very accurate precision medicine, like Yash mentioned.
Okay. How are we doing on time?
I think the hosts. Yeah.
Yeah, time's up for this team. So that was a brilliant presentation from Team Health Eagles. And moving on, let's move on to the next team that we have here. The
Thank
next
you
team
so
is,
much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
thank
Thank you so
you.
much, sir. Thank you, esteemed panelist.
Yeah. So the next team we have is the team Dark Horses from Vinod Gupta School of Management, IIT Kharagpur.
Every year, India generates a staggering 170 million tons of construction and demolition waste. Most of it ends up in landfills, contributing to pollution and environmental degradation. What if I told you this waste is actually a gold mine waiting to be transformed into valuable resources? Introducing rebuilt materials where waste finds new life. The construction industry heavily relies on virgin resources like sand, aggregates, and cement, depleting natural resources and damaging ecosystems. At the same time, dumping demolition waste creates a massive environmental burden. Did you know that 30% of all waste in cities is construction waste? This double-edged challenge requires a sustainable solution. Rebuild materials collect and recycle construction waste into eco-friendly building materials. Through the state-of-the-art processing, we create recycled aggregates for concrete, paving blocks and tiles for landscaping, precast concrete elements for construction, gypsum powder for sustainable cement production. This means fewer landfills, lower carbon footprints, and a second life for what would otherwise be waste. The construction industry is growing at 8 to 9% annually, leading to a massive demand for sustainable materials. With government policies promoting green construction and recycling, the market for recycled building materials is more promising than ever. We are not just tapping into a niche market, we are addressing a critical need for sustainable practices in a booming industry. Our target customers include construction companies seeking eco-friendly materials to meet a sustainable goals, real estate developers, local municipalities, architects and designers. By serving these segments, we aim to become the go-to supplier of sustainable building materials in India. One of the main challenges we face is selecting the right approach, whether to recycle on-site or establish a centralized recycling plant. To address this, we have developed a comprehensive roadmap for implementation over the next 2 years. Our roadmap starts with Phase 1, conducting market research to identify optimal locations. In Phase 2, we will pilot mobile crushers at selected sites to refine recycling processes. Phase 3 focuses on establishing a centralized recycling plant, while Phase 4 involves developing recycled products and securing eco certifications. Phase 5 includes launching targeted marketing for construction companies. Finally, Phase 6 will expand our service areas based on demand and enhance our operations for sustainability. With rebuilt materials, waste is no longer wasted. We are turning a pressing problem into a sustainable solution that benefits the environment and the economy. Together, let's build a greener tomorrow.
Good morning, sir. Shall we start? Can you please confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, team, you're audible. You can start your presentation.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. So, we are the team Dark Horses, and today we'll be presenting our business idea transforming construction and demolition waste into sustainable rebuild solutions. The problem which we have identified is significant. India generates 170 million tons of C&D waste annually, but only 1% of it is recycled. The rest ends up in landfills, contributing to around 30% of urban waste. The growing landfills pose environmental and logistical challenges. So, at Rebuild Materials, our goal is to convert this waste into valuable construction materials like recycled concrete aggregates, paving blocks, and precast concrete elements. The pie chart in our presentation highlights that over 90% of the C&D waste is recyclable, but only some of it is but most of it remains underutilized. So these are the various challenges that we are trying to overcome in this business model, where the challenges would be the complexity of waste collection, the high setup cost, and limited awareness about recycled materials. However, there are some strong growth drivers too. These would include depleting natural resources and stricter C&D waste management regulations, which make this business model a timely solution. So going on to the next slide. So let's walk you through about through our business model canvas which we have. The key partners which we have identified is the urban local bodies, construction companies, real estate developers, and municipalities. The key activities which we have tried to include is the waste collection, processing, recycling, marketing, and sales. The value which we are trying to propose is we'll be offering eco-friendly, cost-effective construction materials that reduce landfill usage and promote circularity in the industry, with the cost savings of around 19 to 22% compared to conventional materials. The cost structure which we are proposing is the major expenses would include setting up and maintaining processing units, transportation cost, and regulatory complaints and marketing cost. The revenue which we would be targeting is we would be getting revenue through tipping fees from waste generators or urban local bodies and by selling recycled products like RCA and paving blocks. So going on to the next slide.
So, our proposed solution involves a public-private partnership model to manage C&D waste efficiently. First, designated collection points will be established with the help of urban local bodies. Waste generators, including the government agencies like PWD and NHAI, will deposit waste at these points from where we transport it to a central processing unit. Once the waste is processed into recycled materials, it will be stored and sold. In cities with high waste volumes, we will build dedicated processing units. For smaller towns, we will deploy mobile crushing units to process waste on site, reducing transportation costs and enhancing scalability. Now let's talk financials. Processing costs are found to be 400 per ton as per the GIST study, and transportation adds 300 per ton, 50 considering 50-kilometer radius at rupees 6 per kilometer per ton, and other expenses include 200 per ton, bringing the total to 900 per ton. On the revenue side, we expect rupees 300 per ton from tipping fees. Additionally, for each ton of waste, we can produce 130 to 150 paving blocks, which can be sold at rupees 9 per block, generating approximately rupees 1,470 per ton. Considering 2,500 tons of daily C&D waste in metro cities, this could generate rupees 34 crores annually. In conclusion, our business model offers a sustainable solution to the growing problem of C&D waste, creating value from waste. Thank you.
Okay. See, yes, this need of the hour where these things are required, but couple of things for it to become a business model, couple of things which can be a roadblock. One, what will be the capex involved? How high, how much capex that's required in this? And second, who will be your customer? Your customer effectively can be from two sides. Either it works from them from a cost point of view, it's much cheaper to them, and hence, how are you thinking that it'll become cheaper for them than what they're using already? or the consumers can be the one who are, in general, believe about saving the planet and stuff like that. But cost will be one of their primary objective to be your customer, and hence, how are you addressing the cost problem with respect to what they're already using? So yeah, a couple of these things are questions.
Sir, actually, in the these urban local bodies, initially during the starting stage, they'll be paying percentage initially, and also further we can improve the processes, and also with the further innovation we can reduce the bring down the cost. So initial stage, we need a collaboration with the urban local bodies. And that is how we are planning to reduce the cost. And there is a need for support from the the government local bodies as well, in allocating the collection points, and then allocating the resources of land in cities, and also this recyclable aggregates. There is a growing demand we are seeing, as we already said, the depleting resources are day by day increasing. There's a situation from where the sand is now transformed into sand. So now we just talked about only the paving blocks. Later we can also we can also make fine aggregates as well as this sand kind of thing from the waste that we are collecting. So that's how we can generate more revenue as
Okay.
All right. Good presentation, guys. And as Suresh mentioned, I think it's an interesting concept. I think you didn't really answer the question I also had. This looks like a fairly sizable capital expense as well. And if you're looking to do something like this and sell, like first there's a capex involved, then you're planning to sell this product at 15 to 20% lower than the the classic raw material that the builders are buying. Even if these two kind of come through, what will differentiate your product compared to anybody else or a government body or anybody else who will come through? What gives you the right to win in this space?
Sir, as we said that, sir, in India, like only 1% of the 1% of this is recycled. So uh, we can actually have the very huge capacity, like we can have the very high chance of becoming the first runner, and thus we can utilize these materials, and we can do the as I said, like there are various possibilities, like multiple products can be made from this by recycling, which includes like recycled aggregates, and also there is also, we mentioned in the slide that we can further make the gypsum powder also. So for example, sir, the gypsum powder, now these payment blocks we can sell at price of sell at rupees 1470 per ton. But the gypsum powder, when we are when you are adding value to the product, so it can further increase the revenue, which can go up to 4000 per ton. And these gypsum powders can be used in many construction industries, for plastering purpose, and also in cement production also it can be used. So that is how we can diversify our manufacturing at each and every stage. So we don't
To
have
add
a
on that,
restriction of only manufacturing to the payment blocks. We have like multiple ways in which we can use it. So just adding with the additional capacity or additional facilities, we can do multiple products as well.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team Dark Horses. That was a great presentation. Now let's allow our jury a minute to complete scoring the teams. While they make their assessments, let us have some fun. We'll have an interesting trivia question about Reliance on the screen right now. All you need to do is try to answer the question and give your answers in the comment section. The first person to answer the question will get some amazing T.U.P merchandise. Okay, so the first person to answer the question was Amit. So, congratulations, Amit. Please, you've guessed it right. Please reach out to us on our social media handles, or you can drop a mail to support@unstop.com for your goodies. Now, let's move on to our next team. I'd like to welcome Team Carbon X from Institute of Rural Management, Anand, Gujarat.
Climate change is one of the biggest challenges of our time, and carbon offsetting markets are key tool in global fight against it. But there is a problem. India's carbon market is fragmented, lacks transparency, and faces significant price fluctuations that create uncertainty in transactions. What if we could create a solution that not only simplifies the process but drives real impact?
So, what is the idea? Our solution is a securitization based carbon credit exchange platform that pools carbon credits from various climate projects such as renewable energy, reforestation, and carbon capture and categorizes them into different tranches based on their quality. Higher quality credits certified by standards like Vera or the United Nations form premium tranches, while lower quality credits make up more affordable tranches. This structure ensures transparency and allows business to choose the carbon credits based on their sustainability goals and budgets. There are three broader stages for transaction to happen. In stage 1, sellers would list carbon offsets for sale. In stage 2, buyers would fund their account to start purchasing from the pools they are interested in. And in the last stage, trade in real time will happen with funds and credits transferred immediately.
So, how big is the opportunity? According to the International Emission Trading Association, the global voluntary carbon credit market is projected to reach $50 billion. With India's government set to introduce mandatory cap and trade regulations across sector by 26, the Indian market is poised for significant growth. As the first platform to introduce securitization based pools, we position ourselves as an innovative leader in this rapidly expanding market, capitalizing on a critical opportunity to enhance transparency and efficiency in carbon trading. On the other hand, smaller carbon reducing projects, especially those in rural areas, struggle to get certified and attract investments. Our platform solves both problems by offering transparent access to carbon credits, making it easier for both buyers and project developers to participate. Also, the platform directly supports India's national climate goals by driving investments into carbon offsetting projects. It accelerates India's progress towards achieving net zero emissions by 2070.
Good morning, Carbon. Good morning, sir. We are Carbon X team. The traditional method used by existing carbon credit exchange platforms involves directly selling listed carbon credits to buyers. However, this approach has a major drawback: information asymmetry in terms of the quality and pricing of the projects. Our solution is a securitization based carbon credit exchange platform which not only addresses the information asymmetry but also tackles real world issues such as reducing GHG emissions and enabling smaller projects to get certified and listed. Our idea is futuristic because India has set a target to achieve net zero emissions by 2070. Furthermore, India plans to launch a compliance based carbon trade market regulation in 2026 covering 9 key sectors. And this creates a significant growth opportunity for our platform in this blue ocean market. Now, let's talk about how our business model works. Our platform pools similar projects listed by sellers and categorizes them into three tranches: AAA, AA, and A, rated based on quality. The quality of each project is determined by 5 key variables, one of such is certification standards, with specific weightage assigned to each. as shown in the feasibility matrix. The total score of a project will determine its quality and the corresponding tranche it will be placed in. For sellers, our platform offers values such as support in certification regardless of the scale of the project and guaranteed access to large investors. For buyers, we offer quality based segmentation, minimizing the risk of investing in non performing projects. In the next slide, we discuss about the scalability. We are primarily focusing on 5 strategic areas with targets inspired by China's cap and trade market. We aim to capture 15% of the Indian market within 1 year of the platform's launch. To scale up, we plan to expand into 3 new international markets within 5 years, achieving 70% success rate. As for the opportunity, the figure on the left shows the market size for 2023, while the figure on the right displays the World Bank's projections for the market size of 2040, with a CAGR of 34%. Based on these projections and the government's adoption of cap and trade, along with low competition, we expect to achieve a serviceable, obtainable market of 5 billion by 2040. This shows the practicality of our solution. Finally, moving on to the financials, our revenue streams will include transaction fees, subscription plans, listing, certification services, and data analytic services. The total cost to start operations is estimated by 5 crores. We have conducted a break-even analysis and developed exit strategies as well, which includes acquisition of by a larger entity, an initial IPO, or a secondary sales. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, I think it's something which one will have to get into in future about managing the carbon. Well, more than a question, it will be something which I would want to know. One that in this segment, mostly we kind of involve corporates, and that's what even your model shows. What I'm interested to know, and I feel that the difference can be made once the individuals also come into the play, and let's say me as a individual as well. And is there an option for me to become a seller in the whole ecosystem that you have shown? Is there the possibility, and is it there in the model? And second, an interactive app is a need for this to work in future. And is there anything in your mind about that? So these two questions that I have.
So answering the first question, so our platform is specifically targeting the smaller project owners only. So there are several projects in India which are already reducing the carbon emissions but are not aware of the carbon credit facility. For example, there is a farmer with a 10-acre of land using solar panels to generate electricity or to pump the water from the using well. So, but he's not aware about that he's reducing the carbon emission and he can earn the money also. So our platform will reach out through our sales and marketing team to these smaller project owners and help them in documentation also and try to onboard them on our platform. So and individuals can also, the certification will be obviously be done by UN or VERA or gold standard agencies, but we'll be providing them support in documentation or providing them expertise in all this situation. In talking about the second question, sir, can you repeat, sir? I forgot the question.
Yeah, talking about how do people interact. So it will be via an app-based thing, right? So anything on that?
Sir, firstly, we'll directly reach out to the sellers and try to onboard this on our platform. So our platform is not something like we'll directly sell to the buyers. Like we'll be firstly making a pool of projects. For example, there are 10 projects on afforestation. So first we'll make a pool of similar projects of afforestation and then divide them into tranches based on the quality. And then we'll reach out to buyers, so showcasing them the quality of our carbon credits and the standards of our different tranches. So it's not an instant buy and sell platform.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I have a couple of questions as well. What you just presented will need a fair amount of awareness creation and communication to a very diverse set of users, and you mentioned small project owners across the country. Has your business model factored in the cost you'll incur in acquiring these sellers to come on board, and the cost to almost create a category which doesn't exist? When you're doing things which are not very, when consumers are not very aware of, there's a sizable amount of investment that will be required. When you showed your break-even model, you just showed the subscription fee and all of that. What kind of acquisition fees have you factored in, or both on the seller and the buyer side?
So, sir, our platform, the main cost incurred by our platform will be through product development only. Then our variable cost will start through sales and marketing. So first we will try a pilot project. We'll target specific areas like Rajasthan and try to onboard project owners from specific cities. So the cost incurred will not be like a huge one. Will go stage by stage. If we are able to achieve break even in early stages, then we can see that our project is scalable and the target is achievable. So that's how we are planning on this. In our break-even analysis, we have taken cost of sales and marketing also, but it's for 1 year only.
Sir, I would like to add upon what Aditya told. Like, in the coming 2 years, like by 2026, government is going to mandate the cap and trade market of carbon. So we will be having a early mover advantage in this segment. And though if we even incur the cost of sales and reaching out the customers, we will for sure will make profit in the long run, because it is going to be mandated. And as it is a blue ocean market, we'll have the early mover advantage. And yeah, it involves the intensive sales, like creating awareness and acquisition. Customer acquisition cost will be more, but though it is more, we like, for as Aditya told, we'll be focusing on certain cities, but this will be a profitable business in the long run, as it is going to be mandated.
Also, sir, I would like to add one more point to this. Sir, government has already adopted the cap and trade regulations, but they are planning to launch this regulation in 2026. So once the regulations are released, every company will have a target to achieve. If they are going over and above this target of emitting the carbon emissions, then they will have to buy carbon credits or pay the tax. And if the company is not able to reach this certain target, they have the opportunity to sell that gap as in a form of carbon credits. So there, in long term, there will be a market in which customer acquisition will go on, because the number of buyers and sellers will increase.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation, Team Carbon X. That was some incredible work. Moving on, we are now ready for our next team. I'd like to call upon Team Duopoly from Indian Institute of Management, Rohtak.
Extending healthcare to the home is already making it possible to collect data and track wellness, which is changing the management of chronic pain and disease. Meet Clara, one of the 100 million diabetic adults in North America. Clara's 5G-enabled wearable device detects a sudden spike in cortisol, which can be a sign of irregularities in heartbeat patterns and could trigger a stroke. The captured data gets integrated seamlessly with Clara's electronic health records, which the physician remotely monitors in real time. The hospital is alerted to access Clara's medical history to determine if acute critical care and intervention is required. Clara's emergency contact is alerted of the situation. They review the reason for the system's app, informs Clara of the remote diagnosis, and shows the treatment plan with remote tests to be taken at home. Clara selects a suitable e-pharmacy and places an order from the e-prescription. Select providers offer 90 minutes or same-day delivery. Payments are handled online. Clara's medicines are delivered using hyperlocal SaaS platform, wherein she can track the delivery. Clara also gets her groceries and essentials delivered effortlessly through it. Clara recovers at home and shares feedback on the services. This feedback is used to help other users. Network automatically finds time from her calendar, matches it with her physician's schedule, and fixes routine virtual checkup for her. Future is not as far as it may seem. In fact, it is now at our fingertips.
Using wearable devices for everyday needs is becoming an overall trend worldwide. According to a study, there will be a significant transformation in the future of wearable wellness and connected devices landscape over the next 5 years. Here are some key points. Implantable medical devices are one of the major growth areas for wearable healthcare devices. Opportunities for advanced data analytics will grow significantly. Concern about privacy and data security will grow, leading to the growth of opportunities for improvement in this area. Healthcare institutions will see a significant increase in efficiency from remote data collection. With IoT and wearable devices, healthcare can become more context-based and automatic. In the future, increased wellness digital usage will provide users with a wealth of information and choices, making them far more equipped and empowered to track and monitor their health, and to some extent, even self-diagnose.
In a country where the mind races but the body lags behind, what's the real cost of ignoring health? India today ranks 154th globally in public health spending, which points towards inadequate public health infrastructure. The high costs in private healthcare further discourages regular checkups, impacting access to preventive care. As a result, 75% of Indians remain unaware of their health status, contributing to about 4.7 million preventable deaths annually from late diagnosed diseases. Nearly 30% of these patients resort to self-treatment due to cost concerns and cultural factors. In order to address this problem, we have guesstimated our target population into 4 segments. The first is health-conscious young adults, the chronic disease patients, the corporate employees, and the fitness enthusiasts. We have identified these segments on the basis of their unique demographics and psychographics.
Jury members, now picture a wearable that's a part of your daily life, tracking your health in real time and predicting risks before they escalate. That's exactly we care. Using technologies like Bluetooth, long area wide access network, and AI from AWS and TensorFlow, it offers instant anomaly detection. It offers instant anomaly detection and proactive interventions. Its modular design ensures that it evolves with new sensors and features, staying ahead of healthcare needs. Security being our priority. Now, with decentralized data storage and AES 256 encryption, keeps our user information safe. WeCare isn't just a tech, it's a scalable, adaptable, and life changing solution for preventive healthcare.
WeCare is designed to solve a major gap in healthcare by offering AI-powered real-time monitoring, predictive insights, and seamless telemedicine, all in a single wearable device. It addresses critical pain points. Though 70% of consumers trust digital solutions, issues like unclear billing, poor communication with providers, and data privacy concerns remain widespread. The busy schedules and complex appointment systems also make healthcare less accessible. In order to drive adoption, WeCare aims to follow the ADA funnel, creating awareness through SEOs and email marketing, building interest via webinars and podcasts, nurturing consideration with demos, encouraging purchases through free trials, and securing loyalty with referrals and long-term contracts. We want to position ourselves uniquely among our competitors in variable segments by aiming to be known for our medical-focused capabilities over wellness capabilities. Our expansion plan includes a beta launch within 12 months, scaling to 1,000 users by 18 months, and partnering with doctors to onboard 1 lakh patients within 2 years.
And now talking about our business impact, we are projecting an INR of 188.5 crores in our first year revenue through subscriptions, device sales, corporate wellness, and telemedicine. Our cost structure is lean, which is focused on R&D, manufacturing, cost infrastructure, ensuring that we are profitable since day one. We aim to scale rapidly to 1 lakh users within a year, and all of them come towards we care, which is more than a product. It's a sustainable, growth driven business built to transform healthcare and deliver strong results. Thank you. That was all from us.
Okay. Yeah, I think conceptually pretty good, but we'll have to see how far. Well, hence, the question comes: how far in the future can we see something like this? And because it is then primarily getting dependable on the wearable device, it's everything starts from there. I think your concept starts from there. So where are we on that? Well, are we there 10%, 20%, and is it? Are we even close to having a device like that which can do stuff like this? And then how far in the future can we see something like this? So that's the question.
So, speaking primarily from our data and based upon the researches recently, now this idea could have been very far-fetched 2 years or even 3 years behind the timeline. But as we look at the recent researches and the technological advancements, all of this is actually possible with the advanced technology of AI incoming of IoT sensors taking up having IoT sensors for everything and monitoring um, our blood pressure and the skin touch that it has and the amount of data it can actually generate and collect. So this is actually a reality and a very possible future which is very accessible in the coming time based upon our researches and actual facts published by various reports that we went through.
Okay.
Right, great. Good presentation, guys. I didn't quite understand the proposition still as well. I saw the other wearable devices on the right side of the graph, and this one was more medical, you said. By medical and not being wellness, do you mean that, you're going to be the device owners and the data being transmitted on over the cloud to the doctor network that you'll create? And then the doctors will kind of evaluate that data and prescribe medicines, not like any preventive lifestyle changes or wellness products or anything. You're saying you want to operate more in the pharma medical space. Is that the right understanding of what you were proposing?
So as we had targeted our initial segment differently. So initially we also have people who are corporates who are into more of health and fitness oriented. For them, we have this basic plan wherein they do not really need to be in constant contact with the doctors. So in terms of our value proposition to them, it's basically more of their tracking for their personalized information that they do not rely on informal sources like in today's era, everybody is doctor because of the Google and finding out. So we just want to give them the right and correct information so that they do not really rely on other sources to overestimate or underestimate what is actually happening for them. Now, the doctor's value proposition, it's only for the people who are actually fighting any of the chronic disease wherein they want constant monitoring, which is not possible once they are in their home. So once they're in their home, they also need constant care and um, overlook. This is what this device actually aims to bridge the gap between the gap between consumer and the doctor, and when they cannot be in contact all the time.
So, in the segments that you had mentioned earlier, which segment is going to bring in the maximum revenue and profitability for you?
Uh, in terms of the segment size, we can say the health conscious ones constitute the majority of them, but in terms of margin, we cannot gain the maximum revenue from them. The maximum revenue will come from the people who are actually suffering from any disease because that is when we can sell our maximum priced, high priced value plans to them and also provide maximum features to them. So in terms of sales value, per person, it will be maximum from the people who are actually suffering any disease. In terms of volume of sales, number of consumer segment which will be larger will be the people who are actually health conscious and want to understand what's going on with themselves and have to keep a constant check on their health.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, team. That was one brilliant pitch from your. Now, as the jury deliberates, here's another interesting question for all of you about Reliance to keep you engaged. Please share your answers in the comments. Okay, so Rohit Raj, you have guessed it right. So please reach out to us on our social media handles, or you can drop a email at support@unstop.com for your goodies. Moving on, let's move on to the next team that we have, and that is Team Case Aces from Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar.
Healthcare in India often brings uncertainty and confusion, especially during emergencies. Imagine rushing a loved one to a hospital, unsure if there is an available bed, if the required surgery is offered, or what the cost will be. This isn't uncommon. According to a study in the Indian Journal of Critical Care Medicine, 1 in 5 critical patients face delays or are denied care due to bed shortages, particularly in ICUs. This lack of transparency and timely information leads to unnecessary delays and immense anxiety when clarity is needed the most. Beyond emergencies, many patients, especially in rural areas, lack access to clear healthcare options. Pricing for treatment is often vague, leading to unexpected financial burdens. For those seeking specialized treatments, navigating the complexities of medical tourism is equally frustrating. And with insurance, patients struggle to find covered hospitals and pre authorized procedures, adding yet another hurdle in accessing care. This is where VAD steps in. VAD aims to transform healthcare by providing real time information. Need to know if a hospital has an ICU bed or if a specialist is available. VAD offers instant access, ensuring no time is wasted when care is critical. VAD also introduces transparent pricing so patients know the cost of treatments and procedures upfront, avoiding surprise bills. For those considering treatment outside their hometown, VAD's medical tourism feature provides hospital information and traveling planning assistance, making specialized care accessible and seamless. Additionally, VAD assigns each patient a personal care buddy, someone to guide them through their medical journey, from appointments to emotional support. In times of distress, VAD ensures that no one faces the healthcare system alone. VAD also simplifies insurance by assisting with authorizations and clarifying coverage, speeding up claims so patients can focus on getting timely care. In a world where healthcare is often a privilege, VAD is committed to making it a right. By offering real time information, transparency, personal assistance, and seamless insurance support, VAD is revolutionizing how healthcare is accessed and experienced. VAD ensures that patients are no longer left in the dark, empowering them with the information, support, and care they deserve when they need it the most. VAD is a promise to make healthcare accessible, compassionate, and transparent for all. Thank you.
India's healthcare system faces critical challenges, with 1 in 5 critical patients experiencing delays due to ICU bed shortages. Rural areas, housing 70% of the population, have only 30% of hospital beds, leading to poor access. Additionally, opaque pricing and complex insurance process place financial burdens on patients with 60% of healthcare costs paid out of pocket. While India is a growing hub for medical tourism, lack of streamlined services complicate access. WED addresses these issues by offering real-time hospital bed availability, doctor search and hospital check-in, transparent pricing, and insurance assistance, making healthcare more accessible and efficient for all. Over to you, Prakhar.
Thank you, Devansh. So here we can see the interface of web. We have designed the platform to be smooth and very user friendly. Starting from the top, we can see some basic features like search and locate hospitals. With the use of these two, any user can search the hospital and in their vicinity and filter according to their medical needs. Then we can see the four important services of the platform, which are booking a consultation, checking availability, emergency service, and care buddy. Going to the bottom tiles, the first is the profile button, which contains the medical history of the user by integrating the ABHA card, which is a government given card, into the app. The insurance section helps the user to streamline the overall insurance process. Also, the med travel section assists user who wants to travel for their medical needs. Now, Kushag will take over.
Thanks, Prakhar. Now, WAD aims to transform healthcare by using AI-powered real-time data to provide instant updates on ICU beds, specialists, and treatment costs. The platform is scalable, starting in Tier 1 cities and expanding to Tier 2 and rural areas, addressing healthcare gaps through telemedicine. WAD's business model focuses on affordability for users. We do not charge patients directly. Instead, generating revenue through hospitals, medical tourism commissions, and personal care buddy services. With India's healthcare market growing rapidly and medical tourism set to reach $1.13 billion, WAD is positioned for both national and global expansion, ensuring accessible and efficient care. Now, over to Milind.
Moving forward, in the next couple of years, WAD will focus on metro cities to solve emergency care delays through real-time ICU data and transparent pricing, partnering with insurance providers and medical tourism agencies. In the next 3 to 5 years, it will expand into rural areas using AI-driven analytics to optimize hospital operations. In the long term, WAD plans for regional expansion starting in Southeast Asia, becoming a leading player in the healthcare transparency and medical tourism space, ensuring accessible, affordable, and efficient care for all. Because we believe healthcare is a right, not a privilege. Thank you.
Vivek, maybe you want to lead?
Sure. So, I have a couple of questions. I didn't quite. If I understood you right, you're saying your main monetization model is going to be from the hospitals.
Yeah, Vivek, I don't know if you wanted to lead. I just.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So what I was asking is, if I understood your last slide, your main source of revenue is going to be from hospitals and other care services that you will provide for people who will be accessing the facility, whether they're coming in from the outside and stuff, right?
Yes.
And you mentioned tier 1 cities. So essentially, are you saying that for people in tier 1 cities, the discoverability of these hospitals in tier 1 becomes easier and they can get access to real time information around beds and everything? And that's the problem that you're trying to solve? Or are you trying to solve the problem of rural India where they don't have access and they can kind of come visit a city and figure out where they can get the treatment that they need? I didn't quite get tier 1 deployment as tier 1 hospitals, but like rural consumers, or tier 1 hospitals and tier 1 consumers?
Yes, sir. So, adding to it, so firstly, in the phase one, we will be targeting the hospitals in tier one cities. So, basically, we'll be having partnerships with hospitals in tier one cities. Obviously, that would be catering to their population as well as to the rural population. For example, the scenario and the status of healthcare solution and services in healthcare is still not very developed. So, people move out of their region to tier one cities and metro cities to have medical facilities. So obviously, having partnership with tier one hospitals will cater to their needs. Also, one perspective which we would be looking for is addressing rural people's need. For example, if they need specialized care, obviously they will be moving out of their area to for treatment in tier one cities. So our solution where will be assisting them with hospital bed availability and their end-to-end journey, where we would be looking to book their hospital and surgery needs with the hospital itself, making the entire process quite streamlined.
Adding to his Devansh's point, sir, we are initially just going forward with the tier one cities because we believe the infrastructure and the adoption rate would be faster there, and eventually we plan to scale it to tier two cities as well. So it is not like we are only targeting the tier one city hospitals because of the infrastructure development right now and the feasibility. We are going forward with the tier one cities currently, but we'll be expanding it to rural India as well.
And sir, also the rural people can also use the same service for going into tier one cities hospital. So it is not like we are not targeting rural people, but we are targeting hospitals of the tier one cities, so that everyone can use.
And these days, like, all these hospitals obviously have their teams which are marketing these, medical tourism options to people overseas, and relatively, a consumer set which can afford these services. You're talking about, charging a commission of these guys or taking a fee for getting them access to a lot of rural population who don't have access to medical services, right? Is that the proposition?
Yes.
The Have you guys in your business case, have you factored in how will this become accessible? How will people find out about this? How will they discover why? And what will ensure that they stick to this kind of a model? A lot of times these things work on word of mouth as well. If one person has gone to the other hospital, and then they tell the neighborhood that this is where I got my treatment. How will you the cost of acquisition and the cost of maintaining consumers on this, have you guys factored that in your business case?
So, sir, like obviously we have thought of it. So basically, we would be playing on the action plan would be to brand our product, brand our platform by using ambulance branding. Obviously, as you mentioned, we would be using patient referral thing where we would be giving discounts on first ambulance and bed booking. Along with that, obviously we would be having partnership with doctor and hospital. So if we are able to onboard quality doctors which are renowned doctors and hospitals, obviously people would be looking to get treatment from them. Adding to it, we would be having types with health insurance companies. So basically, what we are doing as of now is we are making healthcare accessible and convenient for all. So along with advertisement, like mouth to mouth advertisement, we would be going with adding to our platform for customer acquisition.
So adding to Devansh's point, we are that's why our first priority is to onboard as many hospitals and doctors as possible because it will create a ripple effect and we'll be able to get more and more leads and more people on board on the application. So which is why we are targeting for the as much as hospitals and doctors we can cater to.
Got it.
And sir, also it is a one-stop solution for everyone. So I guess hospitals will also take interest in that, and so will the users because it will be a one-stop solution for both of them. So I guess it will create an impact with that.
All right, thank you.
And nothing from me, so thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Amazing job, team Case Aces. Thank you so much. Time for our next team. The next team we have is Team Resolvers from Indian Institute of Foreign Trade.
We, the team, the resolvers, are presenting a solution to anemia, a great disabler. Now let us look at a small clipping on the same.
4 years ago, Jayashree was forced to drop out of school. She would be constantly fatigued. Even a little bit of activity would bring on shortness of breath. Her ability to concentrate had all but diminished.
मुझे सबसे पहले शरीर दर्द होना शुरू हुआ था। पूरे शरीर में दर्द रहता था। अगर मुझे पेन ना होता तो मैं अभी भी शायद स्कूल में होती।
She had severe iron deficiency, anemia, the most common kind in India. It leads to many kinds of disabilities, such as impaired mobility, lack of self-care and participation in routine activities, pain and discomfort, anxiety and depression, and cognitive impairment.
India is the anemic capital of the world.
क्षमता ये है कि भारत की आबादी के प्रत्येक वर्ग को अनीमिया है। अनीमिया एक गंभीर अवस्था है जिसका हमारी शारीरिक वृद्धि, बौद्धिक विकास तथा कार्यक्षमता पर बुरा असर पड़ता है।
Current solutions, such as Anemia Mukt Bharat, is not able to achieve desired results. As per National Health Family Survey 5, anemia among women of reproductive age increased to 57% from 53% as per National Health Family Survey 4. Let us discuss the limitations of such traditional solutions. Anemia, an invisible problem. Anemia is often ignored and is accepted as a normal part of being a girl or a woman. Anemia is seen as poor people disorder. However, as per National Health Family Survey 5, anemia still affected more than 57% of the wealthiest population groups. Such misconceptions contribute to low testing rates as well. Poor treatment rates of anemia. Only 26% consume the complete doses of IFA tablets. Poor adherence to treatment is majorly due to adverse side effects of IFA tablets such as constipation, abdominal pain, and etc. Poor absorption of iron from vegetarian diets. As NSS 68th round suggests, rice and red gram dal with low iron content were the most commonly consumed cereal and pulse by majority of the Indians. This is where we Anemocide come in. With our solution, anemia detection becomes faster, non-invasive, and more accessible to all. By analyzing patterns, our AI-powered solution can detect anemia without the need for expensive equipment. Our solution guarantees speed. Detection happens in minutes, not days. Affordability, a cost-effective solution that works on widely available technologies like smartphones. Accuracy. Machine learning continuously improves the accuracy of detection, ensuring fewer cases go undiagnosed. Scalability. Our solution can reach every corner of India, from urban centers to the more remote villages. Personalized treatment to improve treatment rates. Together, we can bridge the gap in anemia diagnosis and improve millions of lives.
We the resolvers are here for the ultimate pitch. Next. So the problem that we have considered is anemia, the silent tragedy, which is an unaddressed concern that is plaguing our nation and creating economic toll of about 1.2% of the GDP. That has been highlighted in the video as well. Moreover, it is an invisible bridge that leads to women empowerment issues. The solution that we have proposed is an application named Enemo Site, which will be leveraging artificial intelligence and machine learning. Moving to the technical architecture, we will be utilizing machine learning to train our models based on the medical parameters and socioeconomic factors. Moreover, we will be utilizing artificial intelligence to track and measure treatments and monitor the progress as well to ensure that human touch is there. Our application will be capable enough to schedule consultations with the doctor as well. So the opportunities that we have consider here, it will be the first made for India application, as the major of the applications that are present in the market are US based. Moreover, we will be incorporating computer vision and data analytics to ensure high accuracy is being maintained. Next slide.
And coming to the customer journey and looking at our user personas, first we have Reshmi, a pregnant working woman who wants quick and convenient solution with minimum disruption to her routine. And then we have Ranjit, a 5-year-old whose parents prioritize early detection and care for his growth. And we can also see the wireframe that we have in our mind for our prototype here, starting from the questionnaire and image capture for prediction of anemia. We also have the AI chatbot to suggest treatment, and at last the dashboard for monitoring treatment and tracking progress. And the KPIs that we have considered is active users, daily active users, and monthly active users, stickiness ratio, average time spent, and revenue growth. And we have expected some outcomes of the model, which includes active users or high DAU, which will strengthen the data flywheel to boost accuracy in further predictions. And high stickiness ratio will improve will suggest the medical adherences. And we also aim to boost awareness about anemia in tier 1, 2, and 3 cities. And another takeaway is that we can train our model to detect other diseases as well in the future.
Next, next slide. Okay. So, uh, coming to the business model, after a successful pilot, we like to start with B2C, targeting pregnant women and working men and women in urban areas. Later, we want to expand to B2C, where we partner with corporates, CSR tie-ups, and NGOs. The third phase, we want to move to collaborate with state and central governments to propose a tool for Anganwadi Asha workers to tackle anemia throughout the breadth of our nation. Coming to our financials, you can look here our financials that we are a freemium model where initially the users can check their detect their risk factor freely, but coming to our subscription, we charge 3,000 rupees per year to provide 6 doctor online consultations and AI personal chatbot. And our revenue stream, these are the 5-year projections for our customers as well as revenue streams, and we expect to break even by 4th year. Thank you.
Suresh, you want to go first?
Vivek, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right,
Go ahead.
I'll go ahead then. So, first question, guys. I didn't. Are you saying this is an app which will just kind of check your eyes and all of that and tell you anemia? I didn't quite get the whole concept, to be very honest. I heard the terms like AI, machine learning, but what exactly is the solution here? Are you talking about just the diagnosis of anemia and the overall management, or what
So
are we
yes,
talking?
yeah. So currently the apps that US based apps right now use only, as you said, only use this image processing using that eyes or everything. But what we propose is we use not only medical data but also socio-economic and historical data. Identify like anemia as a pattern, like depends. It is a geographic location, the like socio-economic factors, poverty, education. So several factors contribute to this anemia. So we want to use this not only medical data but this data from national health survey throughout the years and identify that patterns and increase our accuracy levels to tell that the chance of risk that you have to anemia. So that is our first stage. And after the first stage, once you have this risk factor, that we recommend them to get a clinical test, uh, and that clinical test that we recommend to buy them through our app, that medical devices, because we don't want to enter into that which has already expertise. So we just recommend from we outsource from other devices. And after that, we propose a both a doctor plus personal AI assistant, because as we discussed in the video, this anemia treatment doesn't people are not adhering to medical treatment. They're stopping in between because the regular treatment that is being provided is supplements of folic acid tablets, which have high side effects. So what we can do is this personal AI assistant chatbot will customize and personalize the treatment, monitor, schedule them, remind them, ensure throughout that cycle until the reversal of anemia through doctor consultation as well as this AI. We can throughout the journey we can successfully reverse it and increase our treatment rates. That is
No,
our
so
solution.
your current model assumes that you mentioned it's a freemium model. So you're
Yes, sir.
assuming that these relatively like lower socioeconomic strata of the society, which doesn't have as much awareness,
Okay, yes.
will potentially give you the data, from which you'll be able to ascertain whether which strata, what's their, lifestyle like,
Yes.
uh, and correlate along with, other clinical parameters to kind of get to a risk level and a diagnosis potentially.
Yes.
Do you feel that this segment, won't the challenge be to collect data from this strata and for them to potentially take a premium version of your app as well?
So this is a anonymized data, non-personal data, where there is no personalized data, and as well as a premium version, we are targeting firstly with urban users, working professionals, and pregnant women. Coming to that rural lower level of strata, that we want to partner with CSR tie-ups and NGOs and government to provide them very affordable prices to address this issue. Because it's not only anemia, every 1 in 2 women are affected by anemia. That's the statistics not is restricted to lower level of women. It is to higher income levels also the same applies. Every like if in the rich level, in the richer upper class also same thing. 1 in every 2 women has anemia. So the market potential is very huge for this. And because as I said, this is a hidden tragedy and silent tragedy, so that we have like once we increase the awareness, so the potential exponentially increases, we believe.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. Couple of things from me. One, that somewhere you had mentioned there is a sensor-based hemoglobin measurement. So I would
Yeah.
maybe want to know a bit about it. And second, I see that the entry cost is pretty low for competition here. So how will you, kind of protect your business model if we come to that stage?
Okay. So the sensor based device which works on light to detect the hemoglobin levels on the nails, in the clipping on the nails. So that is there, but that is little pricey, sir. That is not can't be affordable by everyone. It starts around 10,000 to 60,000. So that is again that we recommend multiple devices depending on the affordability, and that sensor base works best for corporates and NGOs and governments because that what brings more benefit. And coming that is there to sensor base. And coming to the second question, so as I said that this market is very huge, and it can I mean more players will only benefit each of us. It increases awareness. And coming to the cost, that again it all the success of this business depends upon the accuracy of the model. So that our ML and AI proprietary algorithms that tailored to anemia, I think we will have a competitive advantage in the beginning. So that's
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Great job, team resolvers. Thank you so much. And now let's allow our jury another minute to complete scoring the teams. Until then, here's another fun trivia question about Reliance on your screens right now. Please share your answers in the comments to win some goodies. Okay, time's up. And Josh Desai, you have guessed it correct. So please reach out to us on our social media handles, or you can drop an email at support@unstop.com to claim your goodies. Now let's move on to our next team. We have Team Savyam from Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar. Over to you, team.
We are Team Savium, and this is our idea submission for Reliance T.U.P. Season 10.
Oral cancer is a silent killer. With over 3.8 lakh new cases and 1.8 lakh deaths annually, it stands as one of the most fatal diseases in the world. India alone accounts for one third of these cases. Amidst this adversity, there lies an opportunity in the form of early detection. Statistically, early detection can boost the survival rate from 38% to 84%. But traditional methods like visual inspection and biopsies are still invasive, costly, and also require professional expertise, which makes it inaccessible in rural and remote areas. Also, these methods rely on physical symptoms, so by the time it is detected, it has already reached the advanced stage, which reduces treatment effectiveness and make them unsuitable for mass screenings.
To overcome this problem, we introduced FluoroDetect, a portable AI-enabled fluorescence-based oral cancer detection device. This device works on the principle of tissue autofluorescence, where healthy tissues fluoresce green due to presence of natural biomolecules like collagen and NADH, and cancerous or precancerous tissue appear as dark patches. The device emits UV light into the oral cavity, and high-resolution camera captures the fluorescence image, which is then immediately uploaded to the cloud via cellular network. In the cloud, an AI system analyzes the image, compares the fluorescence pattern to a comprehensive database of known cancerous and benign lesions. The AI then delivers the real-time diagnosis, enabling quick and accurate decision making. Not only this, the ability of FluoroDetect to clearly distinguish between healthy and affected tissue aids diagnosis and help doctors in treatment planning, providing a precise map for targeted surgical or other interventions. What sets FluoroDetect apart is its ease of use, empowering community healthcare workers and mobile clinics to conduct large-scale screenings in underserved areas, improving healthcare equity. To ensure FluoroDetect reaches those in need, we'll collaborate with government and NGOs to reach economically weaker sections and mass screening in remote areas, and healthcare providers to ensure quality and precision in care.
FluoroDetect will be introduced using a razor blade model. We will offer a device at a marginal rate to reduce upfront cost, and cost recovery will come through a pay-per-use subscription for cloud storage and AI diagnostics. Our device not only provides a solution for early detection, but also promises a more equitable and efficient healthcare model, saving lives through timely interventions and transforming public health systems. Thank you.
So now that we have seen the issue with early detection and the power of FluoroDetect to overcome them, let's find out what is this technique and its working. When UV light hits the surface of a healthy tissue, its molecules get excited and emit green light, and this is known as autofluorescence. Whereas cancerous tissue cannot emit at the same intensity due to absence of collagen, making them appear as dark patches. This property, fluorescence, is being widely adopted in various procedures like angiography and molecular imaging. Coming to how have we compacted this property in our portable device? The device has both software and hardware components, wherein the hardware consists of UV LED that emits the light and a camera that sits just under the light source which captures the reflected light. An optical bandpass filter is placed to ensure capturing of the correct wavelength of light, and to power the whole system, there is a rechargeable battery set. The housing would be made up of ABS plastic material to ensure precise shape and fit. Now, coming to how will we live this device? A cellular network would be used to transfer the captured image to a cloud, where an image processing software will enhance the image and reduce noise. To analyze this image, the device will leverage upon AI, which would be trained by data sourced from hospital, institutes, and public domain. The data will be labeled as healthy, precancerous, and cancerous, and the training set would be fed into the AI using CNN layers. The AI will be validated and tuned to track performance and accuracy. For real time data analysis, we will create an API that uploads the image automatically. Here on, my teammate will take us forward.
Thank you, Jyoti. So this entire development would be a multi-phase process, starting with research and planning, leading to a component selection and prototyping. After this, we will focus on AI development and on successful completion would integrate both hardware and software system and start with testing. After trials and regulatory checks, the device will be ready for mass production. Next slide, please. To ensure it is used at its maximum potential, we will collaborate with governments, NGOs, and healthcare providers. Oral cancer is prevalent in people of rural areas of age group 30 to 59, which makes a target group of 27 crore individuals. Aiming at a 10% screening rate will lead to 2.7 crore screenings annually, and this will be ensured by delivering our services through community health workers, ASHA, and Anganwadi workers. The successful implementation of our plan can save more than 55,000 lives annually and will also reduce the direct healthcare expenditure by 2,000 crores, which majorly comes from economically weaker sections. 2.7 crore screenings annually would require 3,000 plus devices and 5,000 plus new staff, which not only provides employment but also gives new revenue streams via staff training fees and pay-per-use subscription model. With FluoroDetect, we promise a more equitable and efficient healthcare for everyone. Thank you.
Gonna go ahead, Suresh.
Vivek, you want to go ahead?
Okay. So this, you mentioned that will be used by these, what do you call them, people who are kind of
Yeah.
running this, multiple people, and the user in this case is going to be the user who's getting it tested, is it? So the guys will just
No,
get the device and the people will pay for getting them kind of screened.
actually, the thing is, it is a device we will provide to healthcare workers. We will train the workers, and then they will go and screen individuals.
And they'll onboard these individuals who will eventually pay to get the screen.
Actually, it has different models. If you are going through any healthcare provider, for example, any hospital or anything, the individual will have to pay. But we also have planned collaboration with governments and NGOs, which will then compensate for the expenditure because we will collaborate with ASHA and Anganwadi workers. Because it has major implication in rural areas, which is possible with collaboration with government only. So, which can be groundbreaking if it is done.
And in this case, like, why hasn't a model like this been used in the past? What kind of has changed over the years for it to be more effective now?
So actually, sir, this has been used in US and Germany. Extensive research is been going on. Nothing as of portable right now. It is still in the research phase. Nothing portable and clinical.
Yeah, so actually the idea comes from different processes. Like it is not used in oral cancer, it is used to detect dead tissues and plasma analysis for blood cancer. But the similar properties of reflection are present in NADH and collagen, which is there in our mouth. So in our mouth, they are present, which if we emit a specific light of UV wavelength from 400 to 450 nanometers, the photons will excite the molecules that are present in the collagen, and then it gets excited, vibrates, and reflects a light at nearly 510 nanometers, which shows green color. But if there is cancer, there is no collagen, so there is no excitation, which appears as a dark patch, as you can see in the picture.
This has also been used in different sectors in healthcare itself, in different models like in angiography and in molecular imaging, even in pathogen detection in blood test. Also, we have seen this model running in healthcare, but nothing in oral detection as of now.
Yeah, and one more thing, like for example, you talked about why is it not there. One thing is that doctors are still not very much sure about replacing this because the accuracy is at cost. So that's how we are planning to increase our data set through collaboration with hospitals. And there are public data available at the Cancer Imaging Archive and NIH that will be leveraging and training the data through conventional neural network to give better accuracy.
All right.
Okay, so I understand that the device is not exclusive, right? It's not exclusive to us. So how do you then have the first advantage in the sense the cost of the competition entering will be very very low,
Yeah.
and then how do you protect the business model or have that advantage over others?
Actually, one advantage we have is that in device that the screen currently is there, is that we are assembling majority of the devices which does not require any R&D or many big cost. The majority of the cost or the only big part of the cost will go in training the AI. So we are saving cost by assembling, not developing anything in-house, just assembling the market components and putting that cost to make accurate product available in the market, which currently is not there. Like you said, there is competition, but there's no competition in mass screening. There's no such thing as mass screening in oral cancer. That's why.
Right. So my thing was that it's much easier for competition to enter, right? The device is available, they can enter as soon as you crack it, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But actually, it is not only about entering the market, it's more about accuracy and the way you train the data. So once you get the data, you might have the right, you can have claim a right over it that it is my data, it can't be used for other institutions. And it is not a very easy process to copy right after, because it is a huge process to in collaboration with doctors, healthcare providers, and many campaigns also. So that is how it will be unique and not easy for competitors to enter.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good job, team. Thank you so much. Moving on, now is the time to call our next team. I'd like to call upon Team Green Warriors from Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow.
India faces a mental health crisis where stigma, lack of awareness, and limited access to care prevent millions from seeking help. Untreated emotional struggles worsen over time. Social awareness is low, treatment expensive, and mental health clouded by stigma. This highlights the urgent need for accessible mental health solutions. Our AI-driven mental health platform addresses these challenges. The platform offers free emotional assessments using AI-powered human-like avatars that interact naturally with users. It generates detailed reports through predictive analysis, helping users understand their mental state and providing early intervention recommendations. Users can connect with local therapists for culturally sensitive treatment. Our platform's unique selling point combines AI technology with human touch. Users receive predictive mental health reports without compromising privacy. Free AI-driven sessions make healthcare affordable, and we offer localized, culturally appropriate consultations with regional therapists, making our solution accessible and sensitive to individual needs. The global mental health market is projected to reach $567 billion by 2032. In India, billions are lost due to absenteeism, presenteeism, and employee turnover. We aim to capture this opportunity by addressing a significant market gap. While other Indian startups like Wysa and Inarawa operate in this space, we excel in affordability, cultural sensitivity, and quality. Our platform offers free AI-driven assessments and region-specific care, setting us apart from competitors who lack cultural sensitivity and offer costly services. The impact of this platform is profound. Anonymous assessments reduce the stigma around mental health. Integrating local doctors and AI bridges the mental health gap. Free assessments make mental health care affordable, enabling early diagnosis. Our prototype features an intuitive homepage, a therapy page for personalized sessions, and a report page with actionable AI-driven insights. The app's design ensures ease of use and accurate data-driven insights. Our revenue model includes commissions on doctor consultations and corporate wellness packages. We also offer anonymized mental health data for research, creating new revenue streams while maintaining privacy. We plan to launch digital campaigns targeting Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities, leveraging partnerships with educational institutions and corporations. Over the next decade, we aim to expand pan-India, reaching INR 500 crore in revenue. Our goal is to revolutionize mental health care in India by reducing stigma, increasing access, and making care affordable for all.
As you have just seen, with AI, we can do everything from creating the introductory video to building a revolutionary mental health care platform that tackles India's mental health crisis. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to present our idea on such a pressing issue. First, I'll summarize what was there in the video, then I'll move on to the discussion. So, India is facing a mental health crisis where stigma, lack of awareness, limited access to affordable care prevent individuals from seeking the help they need. There's some issue with my audio.
Yeah, Sarthak, we're not able to hear you clearly. Can we just check once?
Am I audible now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So India is facing a mental health crisis where stigma, lack of awareness, and limited access to affordable care prevent individuals from seeking the help they need. This has led to a growing number of untreated mental health issues. Our solution is an AI-driven mental health platform. There's still an issue with my audio.
Yeah, there's still issues in your audio. We're not able to hear you clearly again. Can you please use your phone if that's possible? Or one of your teammate can take it up from here.
Here, just wait for a minute. Now, how's the audio? Is it okay?
No, we're still not able to hear you.
Okay, then just give me a minute. Just a minute. Deepak or Rahul, can you please take over? I'll give the last attempt, then you guys can try.
Uh, I think, Soumya, there's some issues with the mic. Can we get a next slot for this, and can we fix this technical glitch from our side? Is that possible?
We'll have to check that, but can't any of you just take it up from here if that's possible?
Uh, yeah, sure. Uh, Deepak, can you carry on?
Actually, Sarthak, can you please send me? I don't have the latest copy of presentation. Can you please send me, or you can share? I'll go through the presentation. I'll carry the presentation.
Just wait for a minute. Presentation is with me. You can just go with on. I'm already presenting it.
Okay.
Is my screen visible to you?
Sarthak, you can just you're now audible. Can you please try once again? If not, then we'll carry on.
Okay.
Yes.
The audio is clear now.
Yes, yes, the audio is clear.
It's a little better. You can try once or then they
Yes.
can take it out from you.
Okay. So India is facing a mental health crisis where stigma, lack of awareness, and limited access to affordable care prevent individuals from seeking the help they need. This has led to a growing number of untreated mental health issues. Our solution is an AI driven mental health platform that provides free emotional assessments through human like avatars, generates personalized reports, and connects users with regional therapists for further consultations. The goal is to make mental health care more accessible, affordable, and less stigmatized. The global mental health market is valued at USD 435.2 billion and is expected to grow to USD 567.3 billion by 2032. In India alone, the cost of absenteeism, presenteeism, and employee turnover due to mental health issues amounts to over 1 trillion rupees. While several startups like Vaisa, InnerR, and Your Dost are already operating in this space, they face challenges such as cultural insensitivity, premium pricing, and privacy concerns. Our platform addresses these gaps with key differentiators. Cultural sensitivity. We offer regional consultation in local languages. Affordability. Free AI powered assessments make mental health care accessible to everyone. Privacy. We maintain high standards of data security and anonymity. To promote our platform, we'll launch a digital campaign on platforms like Instagram featuring health influencers sharing personal mental health stories. Implement a referral program offering free consultations for users who refer others. We'll collaborate with colleges, universities, and corporations to provide free emotional assessments, encouraging large scale adoption. We'll generate revenue through paid consultations where we take a commission on every booking, corporate wellness packages offered to organizations, data driven partnerships with healthcare and research institutes using anonymized and consented mental health data. In our 10-year plan, we'll start by launching in metro cities and tier 1 regions. Over time, we will expand to tier 2 and tier 3 cities, localizing content for rural areas. As we scale, by the 10th year, we want to include potential collaborations with insurance companies for mental health coverage. Finally, I'd like to give you a glimpse of our prototype featuring an intuitive homepage, therapy page, and report generation feature, all designed to enhance user experience. Now, I'd like to open the floor for any questions you may have.
Go ahead, Suresh.
Vivek, over to you.
Okay. So, first question, guys. In your revenue model, you said this is going to be a paid subscription kind of a model, or you pay per consultation, right? And have you factored in the regulatory aspects? If there's some AI powered therapy and all of that, you
Mhm.
know, this tends to be a very very sensitive and even whether it is medicines, anything to do with these psychiatric and mental illness can be very, very tricky. How confident are you, like, to have something like a AI, which is, on auto mode, kind of deal with patients or deal with people who are dealing with such sensitive issues? Don't you need like a very strong uh, healthcare provider network to enable this? And if it is just that, then there's several platforms already doing that, isn't it?
So, first thing is, if you want to promote such a solution, first thing that you need to do is you have to build trust among people. You have to come up with the credibility that you are going to deliver a solution. For that, what we planned was we planned to participate to partner
do the partnerships with institutes, such big medical institutes. Like if we talk about Wimhans, which is the biggest medical institute in India. So when you are partnering with such medical institutes, that name gives you the credibility. And when a person sees that, okay, fine, you are already getting certified from big organizations or working with some great medical institute, so they want to try it out. And since the first AI consultation, if we talk about, is free, so people are ready to take the chance. They want to try it out. Let's see what happens. Regarding regarding the accuracy of our model, see, the model is trained on a data that learns continuously, that we know about machine learning models. So the key point over here is the model is going to be ours, and we have to continuously train it to enhance its accuracy.
Okay.
Uh, okay, well, I think at the core of it, the idea of therapy, is actually talking to someone in person, because
Yeah.
majority of it comes out of loneliness. That's where it all starts from. So to me, how does AI or tech, well, though it's a fresh idea, but it just contradicts. It's paradoxical to say that something which is a solution is a personal intervention. How do you address it with a AI or a tech?
So here we are providing a feature of, the person is kind of doing video call with the AI. It's a human-like interaction. So in front of the person, there's AI present and talking like a human to that person. Presently, if you would go and talk about the competitors, they are providing chatbots. I think I personally feel that when someone wants to talk or wants to connect on the emotional level, having to convey that message through text is not what a person feels comfortable about. But if a person is like in a communication process through like talking, he or she feels more connected to it. And that's why we came up with a solution where we are kind of having a video call with AI. So it gives that feel of personal interaction. And when you say the main purpose of this idea was to treat the stigma. People are not ready to visit a psychiatrist, first of all. In India, if you look at the current market, people are still not ready to do that. They feel that they are going to get judged if they visit a psychiatrist and someone sees. So that image that people start to build in their mind is not right as of now. So this provides a solution where you are sitting at home, you are getting that experience of talking to, first to the AI, then obviously the second option is to talk to the doctors as well, if you want to go through the paid consultation process as well.
And
Okay.
just to add on to that, sir, even now, many of the reporting industry, like news reporters, are is being news reporting is done by AI, and normal people can't even differentiate it. Is that the anchor is an AI model or it's a real person? So same we have to implement in our model also. We'll develop a application such that the AI model look very realistic. So the person who is talking to her, or a person who is come here for the therapy, he will have a very realistic feeling of whatever he's speaking to and whomsoever he's speaking to. So that's our main idea of AI and realisticism. Yeah.
Sure. Understood.
All right,
You're
great.
mute in case Deepak, you're talking. I hear Deepak talking, but I think he's in mute.
No, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, now, yes.
Yes, sir. We'll also try to implement this virtual reality technique that other in the US and other firms are also trying. That they try to keep you in this virtual reality framework, or in that space where a scenario is going to be created for you. So you should feel comfortable with that place, or think the stigma that you have or any preconception that you have in your mind. So it is also one of the way that we'll try to figure out in coming 2 or couple of years if our model was successful in that way.
Cool. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay, sir. It
Thank you
was a
so
great
much.
experience.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Hey, Shashwati, you're on
Thank
mute.
you. Thank you, Team Green Warriors. That was amazing. And finally, a huge round of applause for all the participating teams. The diversity of innovative ideas presented in this round was truly impressive. Today's contest has raised the stakes, promising an even more thrilling journey ahead. As you know, the winners of today's elimination round will be stepping into the semi finals of T.U.P Season X, where you will be battling against the winners of other elimination rounds. Now, as we build a little suspense around today's winners and runners up, you will have to hold on to your excitement a little longer. Rest assured, the results will be announced on your social media handles shortly, so keep those notifications turned on. And as we wrap up this elimination round, we want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the jury for their insightful questions on all the ideas presented today. A big thank you to the audience and the participating teams for creating such an interactive and exciting event with your visionary ideas. You all were fantastic. With that, this is me, Shashwati, signing off for today. Keep following us on all our social media handles and stay tuned for further updates. We will see you soon at the TUP Season X semifinals. Until then, take care and have a good day. Thank you.